Aftermath of assaults finds fires finished. Shipwrights slowly assemble their homes to save, while the mighty companions find map of fortress where Guinevere's brother desires her to duel. During the night, Astrid views vicious vision of father, home and hearth, dead and destroyed. Another visitation of stone-mouthed swindler, holding forth his favor to dismayed Asgard's daughter. A craven bargain was struck, cowardly demise dodged. Divine deceiver, the princess owes debt. Dream disturbs Astrid, anxious awakening, dissembles to her comrades about desolate dream. Loki crows constant comment while stratagems are suggested, as the party prepares the fortress to fare forth. First, Gwen goes to the forest, the Aesir to ask, the battle with brother the wisest way to begin. Awakening book of spells, the clever conjurer, manifests mind to meet with Mimir. Pre-trapped counselor counters with quizzical question. Urges sorrowful sibling, her much love life to sustain.
Welcome back, everyone, to the world of Midgard, where many stories are told, but this specific story revolves around the very fate of everything. Last we saw our heroes. They made haste to the shipyards after learning the armies of the Rune Thief brought a siege. A great battle with a form of the Rune Thief, known as Edreg, took place, in which saw the party victorious but hurt. Come the morning after the battle, a dread message was read, and the gods made themselves known. In which, speaking of the gods, we find ourselves in the snow-covered woods beyond the shipyard, with the wizard Guinevere Reese having conversed with the wise Mimir. In the woods, Tobias, you have been sneaking up to watch on Gwen to make sure she's safe. When you heard a second voice other than her own speaking to her, you witnessed the voice coming from a man encased within a tree. You've heard parts of the conversation, but not all of it, before the form returns to that of a normal tree, and you can see just Gwen kneeling there in the snow. What would you like to do?
I think I would wait for her to get up and start making her way back towards the camp. I'll probably just stay put, just in case she's gonna contact some other god that I don't know about.
Well then, Gwen, what do? You've just had quite the conversation with Mimir about family.
Gwen has basically curled up in a ball on the ground as soon as Mimir disappeared and is just quietly sobbing to herself, taking in all the information that she learned from him, and kind of made a very intense decision for herself of where at least she needs to go next.
And you have the directions.
So after kind of getting her tears out, collecting herself, she would get to her feet and dust off the snow. And is Tobias trying to conceal himself, or is he making it known that he's there?
At this point, he would walk out of the woods and say, Gwen. Just, like, make himself known.
Hi, sorry, about running off like that. There's much to be discussed and very little time left. But I know where I need to go, and if directions align, I think we all need to head there as well.
Well, I will follow you.
Right.
Are you okay?
I mean, when you get face to face with your god that you've been praying to for since you were a child and have always wanted to meet, and then he shows up encased into a tree and looks almost exactly like you had imagined him with the big glowing eyes. Yeah, it just gets a little overwhelming, so sorry. It's a lot.
So I suppose I wasn't supposed to listen on any of that.
How much did you hear?
Well, I'll be honest, I saw it more than I heard. So, seeing as it didn't try to harm you, I just kept my distance. But I'm glad to see that you have the blessing of a god, it seems.
I'm very lucky in that, right? That is for certain. I feel blessed, though I'm not particularly looking forward to the situation that we are likely going to go into, whether it's we as a group or whether it's we by myself. It's going to be a lot, but it must be done.
Tobias is gonna put his arm on her shoulder and kind of just walk back with her.
Okay. Tobias, please give me a perception. You notice that when you walk back towards the shipyards, you notice that Gudrun, who you knew was following you, has not appeared. You can see the footprints she left behind, but there are no return footprints.
What in the... Gudrun was... Oh, okay. I don't know where that crazy old lady has gone off to, but I could have sworn she was following me. Apparently not.
You mean there's a chance that Gudrun heard and saw all of that too? Oh, by the gods.
Well, there's nothing we can do about it now. Not that I think there's any harmful information that can be conveyed.
Well, I understand that you may not understand, but so much more was said without any words, and I wish I didn't understand what was said, but unfortunately, here we are.
Yes. Here we are. You're not alone.
Thank you, Tobias. That means a lot.
And we continue.
Okay. As you walk back out of the woods towards the shipyard, we're just going to take a quick break because I have to go deal with something in the 10th realm, the realm beyond the dice. Just real quick. So we'll be back. In like 5 minutes.
Wow, it's not technical difficulties this time. That's great.
No. So be back in like 5.
A different plane.
Alright, welcome back everyone from beyond the 10th realm, back into the 9 realms of this one, being Midgard. Gwyn, Tobias have just left the edge of the woods and are walking back towards the shipyard. Sturmir and Astrid, if you could give me perception checks, please.
Sure.
Okay, incoming with my D4 as well. Perception and D4.
Well, it's easy enough. Both of you notice both of them coming back out of the woods. And you also both notice, because you saw her running into the woods as well, there is no crazy old lady with them.
Well, she's run off again, it seems.
I don't know whether to feel good or bad about that, to be honest.
I think she's just her own thing at this point.
What if she's Loki?
That could be problematic.
Yeah, could be. Yes, could be.
Tell me, what does Loki sound like to you? What do you think?
You just get a little bit of a glare, but it's not like a full-on usual Astrid glare. It's just kind of like, I don't know.
Astrid,
Yes.
give me another perception, please.
Okay. Oh, shoot. Typed it wrong. Sorry. Well, that's better.
Again, no one else but you would see him. But you don't even see him because you just hear his voice. As I try and remember my Loki voice. We're just gonna go with what I think it was off the top of my head before I go back and review. As he says to the question of, what if she's Loki? You hear the voice saying, I sure hope she's one of mine.
Probably you. She just says under her breath. Be just like you.
And then gone. And then the other two walk up.
Also, Astrid has
everything
just
all right
been
now?
pacing. Astrid has been pacing.
Everything
Oh.
alright?
I was about to ask you the same.
I'm not sure what she's working out inside of her head.
And I can only guess what's happening inside hers.
Hey, we're right here, you know. So what are we doing? What are we doing?
We're gonna head to the. Oh God, Kenzie can't remember what it is.
The
Fortress
fortress.
place?
Yes,
Yeah.
the fortress. Thank you. We're gonna head to the fortress, or at least I am. I have to answer, and she kind of like pulls out the note and furls it open for everybody to see, and say, "I have to answer the call to my brother."
Do you have a plan?
Yes, but
It
Depending
always helps.
depending on how everything aligns, I don't think that you will be allowed to participate. Any of you.
Well, we will at least try. Because that's ridiculous.
Do understand that we are dealing with the youngest of my brothers, and to be perfectly honest, probably the most unpredictable. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if a lot of this correlates with his desires to continue to beat me in our sparring matches. He seemed to take a lot of pride in that. I can only hope that
sounds familiar.
Is he usually this, I don't know, dire about your sparring matches?
not traditionally, which is why I fear that maybe the Rune Lord has gotten to him. But that is something that the Rune Thief has gotten to him. That's why I need to see this for myself. It's problematic, to say the least.
And how would you deal with it if he has gotten to him?
Well, I can't back down from the call. But if he's fighting with more than the strength of one man, he can't honestly expect me to take him on in a fair fight. So that would be my only additional proposal to it. But if he feels like he still only has the strength of one man, the spar will be between the two of us alone.
Well, if he's under control of the Rune Thief, I feel like fairness might not have a whole lot to do with it. So, I mean, our paths seem to converge there, and of course we're not going to let you go alone, so I say we go try to beat some sense into him.
He's not one to be easily trifled with. Even just one-on-one alone would be very difficult, but we've always fought with bronze. That's always how it's been. Swords, daggers, axes, obviously, his favorite, shields, things of that nature. That's what we've always sparred with, and I've always walked away worse for wear than I originally walked in with. But I've always felt a little bit more confident each time that I've walked away. However, if he is not in his best state of mind, I know I can't beat him with bronze, but there is a good chance that I could beat him with brains.
A better than good chance.
The confident one. If the Rune Thief has gotten to him, he could be the overconfident one in this situation.
Listen, we trust you. We'll follow your lead. I mean, unless we happen to see during this combat some kind of, I don't know, advantage that we could give you. Let's put it that way.
We'll have to see the cards that he has dealt, because as a fair match, it wouldn't be right for me to take on additional help.
I said that we would follow your lead, but like I said, if he's under the control of the Rune Thief,
how the fight goes.
Yeah.
There's really no way to tell. There's really no way to tell until we get there, but I am going into this with the expectation of fighting on my own accord. But the big difference is that I will be fighting in the manner in which I see fit, not in the manner that he is used to. And that will be a big change to what he is used to facing with me.
Your brother is probably under the influence of the Rune Thief. Let's pose that realistic yet dire scenario. If he has truly been blessed with power that is out of this world, then we should bless you with as much of our power and knowledge as possible. Possibly during travel.
And the power that may be given to us by other gods. If the gods are with us. Which I pray that they are.
As do I.
As do I.
Tobias is going to remove his wolf's eye medallion and face Gwyn and place it around her neck gingerly and say, "This medallion, I pray that it helps you. And I'll give you the relevant information for using that." Oh, thank you.
Awesome. I will just minimize that and put that in the corner over there because I may need it later. Since it just live right there.
Let's see.
Anything that can be discussed or done to make the blessings of the gods be passed on, we should probably do on our voyage there, if that is possible. Because if we do not start now, even we do have time to get there. And if a sparring match is to occur, I would rather it be during the day than at night. Less chance for possible interference.
And it is still daytime. It was only about, you all woke up and this entire thing, Gwyn going off into the woods and returning. If you all woke up, let's say at 11, it's now around 11:45.
So if we were to leave now, it would still be day?
Yes, it would only... with the directions, I believe one of you probably, we'll just say you did map out the place. It would take about maybe 2-3 hours of travel to get to the fort.
Gwyn is good at maps. I bet that's what we did.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And if you didn't, I'm giving it to you.
Cool. I mean, half of us has something to do with maps. What?
I did it.
Oh, okay, you did it. All right. I guess let's get moving.
Any other blessings we can take on the road?
I have things I can do when we get there.
Okay. Well, if you all set off, before leaving, the twins and the archers would say, they would tell you that they're going to remain at the shipyard just to watch over the workers and make sure no other attacks can happen while you're gone.
That is a good idea. This is a very pivotal position.
And so if you all set off into the woods towards the fortress, I would like a survival from everyone and also a perception from everyone.
Okay, I'm gonna do my survival first.
Coincidentally, I get a D4 on both of those because of Hunter's intuition. Okay. Survival first. D4. And perception, you said, too?
Yes, sir.
And a D4.
So, for the survivals, Tobias, Dermir, and Gwyn. Tobias, Dermir, and Gwyn, with a survival, you are able to map your way towards the fortress. You're able to weave your way through the woods with ease. Nothing comes up. And with perceptions of 18, 20, and 21 from Dermir, Astrid, and Tobias, it is very odd that nothing comes up. This is an area supposedly surrounded by an army. It's quiet. The woods carry an eerie silence to them. No one hassles your approach. No creatures attack. No undead or trolls or corrupted warriors.
I would be talking to Tobias. Not that I want to be ambushed, but if we should have been already.
I agree. At this point, would the fortress be within view? Or at least, like, within 5 minutes?
You would definitely be getting closer. But before I begin describing the fortress, the only oddity of Quiet Woods is every now and then, Astrid, just out of the corner of your eye, is a cloaked figure, watching. No longer stitches sewn into the mouth, but instead the terrifying and still bleeding smile. And this happens maybe every couple of minutes. In the corner of your eye in one direction, and then to the left of you, he's behind a couple more trees, disappears as you begin walking. A couple more minutes go by without you seeing him. He's behind another couple more trees, disappears over and over and over again.
Why can't this be the cute movie, Loki?
No Tom Hiddleston for you.
I think that every time she sort of catches sight, she flinches just a little bit. She's trying really hard not to show that, but she flinches. And I think, like, close to the beginning of their walk, Astrid would have come over to Gwen, and she didn't say anything. She doesn't hug Gwen, but she just kind of links her arm through Gwen's, and they just walk that way for a little while. But the first time she sees Loki, she would probably just drop Gwen's arm because she wouldn't want Gwen to be able to tell that she is antsy.
Gwen, Astrid, I'll let you determine this roll. Should Gwen have advantage on an insight?
Yes.
Gwen,
We've been friends for forever.
Please roll an insight with advantage.
That's a 5.
You got your own stuff going on.
Yeah, you don't notice it. But yes, to Tobias, as all this is happening, as a couple hours go by, eventually you break out through dense vegetation and thorny bushes, across rocky gorges and steep slopes, not sleep stokes. Oh, Jesus. You finally spot what appears to be the fortress. A 20-foot tall but quite wide building nestled between rocks on top of a cliff that oversees the entire valley and the woods. The base of this structure looks ancient and made out of stone. Other parts seem to have been repaired by wooden planks. Some spots, however, seem that wooden walls are holding up portions of stone that seem to be too heavy for them to hold. And no one seems to be guarding the area. I sure hope I put all your tokens on this map. We're gonna find out. You better believe I didn't.
Nice.
Now, as I go in and copy and paste you all from a previous map, you may have to update any of your healths on your tokens to represent your...
We took a long rest, as I recall.
Yes, you did.
Yep, everything is restored.
Excellent.
Hello, please appear on my map.
I'm gonna sit this one out, so you can just leave my token off. I'm kidding.
Please don't.
Hold on, I have to fix my settings for the map. Oh. Ah! Please hold.
I know more, but I won't inflict it on you.
Alright, do you all see yourselves up here?
Yeah, surprisingly, the health is correct.
If the health is not correct, fix it, you nerds.
Big map.
Yes. But the fortress is in front of you.
I'm gonna pray to Odin quickly and say, Odin, reveal to me any deceptions that are being made. And I'd like to check around, like nooks, crannies, shadows, what have you,
Sure.
for potential ambushes and traps.
Give me a perception.
Hey, that's pretty nice.
Oh,
And a D4.
As you are approaching the place, you notice the two trees close to the entrance seem to be marked with runes. And you can notice they seem to be runes of alarm. You can also spy the two very large wooden, almost... They seem to be made of wood, but they seem to be in the shape of like tree bark, but they're like these large mantis creatures just waiting and sitting in the trees.
How tall are the walls?
20 feet high.
Oh, that's easy. I could cast Elevated Sight and see over everything. I'm gonna do that.
Alright, and while he does that,
Me.
I'm gonna just point those creatures out to the party. And I'll have my
pray
weapon
to
drawn.
Thor and ask for guidance for me to be able to see what all is out there and what is waiting for us.
And grant my party the same sight, Lord Odin.
You use elevated sight, you are able to raise your vision above the skies, and you can, now that they've been spotted out, you can see the quick rustling movements of these mantis-like creatures in the trees. You do not see anything else surrounding the fortress, just more snow and trees and rocks, but you do notice these creatures. And for anyone curious, because it has been used in the past, Elevated Sight is a Humblewood spell. I just never removed it from my compendium, which is why it is in Sturmir's spell
I'm
list.
just sitting here wondering. I was like,
Yes.
huh,
what? It's been used before, and when I realized that it was a Humblewood spell, it was too late, and I don't care.
it's a good spell.
Is
It
the fortress roofed?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, those mantis creatures you pointed out, they do seem to be waiting in anticipation. On what? I don't know. Maybe
So you're
us,
talking-
maybe something else.
These trees or these trees?
These two right here.
Okay, thank you.
I'm gonna preemptively activate my Crimson Right, but I won't show any aggressive movement towards them.
Okay.
Damn you, Loki!
Ouch.
Do they look knowledgeable? Do they look like they can understand us? Because if we ask for my brother, maybe, I don't know, worst case scenario?
I don't know. Can you speak with animals?
Maybe?
I mean,
I do
no.
have tongues. I'd have to touch them though.
I mean, I could send Eating in to try to find my brother.
That sounds like a good idea.
So I don't know if she'll make it out. I don't know how particularly friendly he'll be towards her. But yeah. So I'll do that. I'll have Elding come down and I'll tie a note to her foot. Saying I'm here outside, saying, dear brother, I'm here outside the gates. Do come meet me. And then I will send my hawk familiar in to find my brother and deliver the note.
Can they fit through a door that is closed?
No, but you could try to find an open window.
The creature, your familiar, begins to fly around the building. Other than some cracks in the walls that have been repaired with wood, there do not seem to be actual windows in this place.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Must have a lot of torches in there.
It's sealed up tight.
Well done. Shall we knock? Also, Tobias is gonna walk over to Gwyn, and seeing as we're already here, he will cast Long Strider on Gwyn, assuming these guys are honorable. Maybe it'll help.
Okay.
Knock.
That's a good start.
You are walking up to a wall.
Where's the door? Oh, the door's over here.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't see it. It's still caught in like fog of war.
Okay. Well,
So as we're walking, Astrid comes next to Sturmir and just very, very quietly says, you know we're going to have to intervene, right?
As long as it comes to that, yes, I understand.
and as you say that, and you speak this, the runes of alarm go off. You aren't surprised, but the mantis-like creatures do descend from their tree, chittering and chattering. And, well, they kind of look like they're here to defend the place.
I feel like
Alright,
you
well,
might want
we're ready.
initiative.
Yeah, I think so. If I had to take a wager.
Listen, I know you pretty well, so...
If I had to take a guessy goo.
Damn it! I was hoping the virtual tabletop would work, but I rolled a natural 20 on my initiative.
Oh,
For a total of what?
20.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm so excited. Would you give it to me, or do you want me to roll?
I will give it to yous.
Okay, I had re-downloaded D&D Beyond, so I was hoping it would work, but unfortunately, no.
I trust my
I'm
players.
honestly surprised he rolled as high as a 9 on a 0.
And what did Astrid get? An 11?
mm-hmm.
Time for the Arboreal Sentinels. If you want a bigger image of them, to see them in their glory, here you go.
Oh gosh.
Oh, lovely, gross.
I'm going to assume Tobias' dexterity is higher.
That's a good assumption.
And you go first.
You should have stayed in your trees. As a bonus action, I'm gonna pop my mutagen craft to give me 3 to my dexterity before coming up to this one and swing the shit out of it.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna make that change. Okay. Oh, it doesn't change my attack. Does it? It does not. Okay. Oh, no, it does. Never mind. Okay, it wasn't updating.
Get yourself
Okay, here we go.
right. That hits. Don't forget your Crimson Right if it's not included.
Yes, thank you.
Alright, and the Crimson Right is lightning?
Lightning.
Okay, that hurts.
Zap the bugs.
Second swing, yeah. First bug zapper.
The old bugs.
That hits. Alrighty, you are cutting into this wood-like being, this creature. And it is shrieking out in pain. You do, I will say, for each of you, as these creatures come down, you notice they do not have eyes, but there are runes carved in the bark where eyes would be on this creature. They seem to be made, as I said, of trees themselves. You also notice from the bark-like jaws, it is emitting a sickly yellow vapor. Anything else from Tobias?
That is all I've got.
Gwyn.
Alrighty, so Gwen is going to take a couple steps back, 5, 10, 15, 20, go to the wall. And she is going to cast... She's going to cast Firebolt at the one that Tobias is fighting.
Alrighty.
All right, let's do a roll, see if I got D&D Beyond. Nope, didn't get it fixed. Damn it. Okay. Dang it. 1d20 plus 8. Natural 20 for 28.
Jeebus. Yeah.
All right, sure. Yeah, I'll spend the rest of this game typing and stuff. That's fine. So 2d10 plus, not 20, d10 plus 20. 27 points of fire damage.
Oh my god. Oh, Jeebus. Double that again because they're vulnerable.
Ooh!
Oh, good lord.
54?
You killed it!
Yeah, she lets out the fireball and then stops and looks at her hand in just pure shock, and then it's just kind of like, oh, so this is what happens when you meet a god. Okay.
Oh my god. Oh.
So that was a cantrip, so remind me, do I need to cast, for a bonus action, do I need to cast a slotted spell, or can it be another cantrip?
It has to be a slotted spell. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that will be the end of my turn. She just like incinerated the thing and is just staring at her hand in shock at this point.
Jeebus. Oh my
That is what
god.
happened.
Cantrip. A cantrip.
Cantrip.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Cantrip.
Just wanna say that again. Cantrip.
Jesus. Okay, so...
That's my girl.
Oh my god, alright. The other Arboreal Sentinel... it's gonna charge you,
Oh shit.
and it's gonna try and bite you. For a 12.
I will reaction cast shield. Actually, I will take the hit. Sorry.
Okay. You take 13 slashing and 2 acid, and you are currently clutched in its jaws, grappled. As we move to Astrid.
Okay. So, Astrid does not know rune work like Tobias and Gwyn do. But I'm wondering if you would permit an Arcana check to see if I think that if the runes are messed up, that the creature will also be messed up.
Sure.
Okay. Okay. How to type?
How does one type?
I don't. I'm typing with my feet.
Likely with a keyboard.
Ugh, it's terrible.
It is base guess because these creatures, just off the rip, they do not seem to be natural of this world. Otherwise, you could assume you would have heard of them. You could probably wager that they may get messed up or they might not. The runes may just determine how they were created.
Okay. So, I am going to move up to here. With my dagger, I'm going to try to attack, and my goal is to just, if there's a line of runes or something, to just run my dagger through it so that they get messed up, so they get, disrupted, essentially.
Alright,
So.
I also forgot to mention, as that Arboreal Sentinel was rushing towards Gwyn, it was large enough, just like the trolls and ogres you fought before, but odd for this spry-looking creature. With every step its wooden claw-like feet took, it shook the very ground that you stand on.
Ooh, neat. So here's a question. I'm just gonna, here's a hustle. It's a hustle, I'll admit. Do I get advantage because it is grappling Gwyn? It's fine if you say that.
I don't think... Okay, so... If you
it's
went...
fine.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to give it to you if you go here.
Okay. Just because flanking?
Yeah, I'll give it, because of flanking.
There or there.
Because Gwyn is still technically a threat to the creature.
I can't. I took my 30 feet to get there, so. Being honest.
In this position...
So here's my roll.
No, but...
Ha!
That does still hit.
Okay. So here's my exciting damage. I would be willing not to do any damage at all if I can just fuck up the runes. I'm in bargaining mode apparently today, sorry.
Alright, give me an Arcana with advantage.
Okay. So here's the first one. Oh my god.
13.
Boo.
As you strike upwards towards one of the runic emplacements in its eyes, I imagine this would be better than your dagger, and I think this is unique. You strike upwards and slash part of the runes, carving the wooden features of this creature, and it kind of separates the bottom half of the rune from the upper, and you deal 13 damage.
It's way better than my dagger. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And it shrieks out in pain, and I will actually give Gwyn a free acrobatics or athletics.
Let's see. Acrobatics or athletics. I guess we'll go with acrobatics because that's a 0.
Also, for the future, just so we have it in recording, whenever anyone's character sheets mess up again, I trust you all enough. If you also wish, you may use real dice.
Oh, excited.
That is very kind of you. Try this one more time. Nope, still doesn't friggin' work. Okay. Dude. 11.
11 unfortunately does not beat the escape DC.
Okay.
But it was a free one, so.
Appreciate it.
Anything else from Astrid?
It's your turn doing it.
Disengage is an action, right?
Yep. Bardic is a bonus.
Oh, thank you. How to bard?
Mm-hmm.
How to bard.
How doth bard?
Yes, I'm going to go ahead and give Gwen Bardic.
Okay, what is that up to now? A D6?
It's a D8.
D8?
Thank you very much.
You have a D8. Gwen, as we move.
Just look at Gwen and I go, run.
Be made with
As
D6.
you say run as she is in the jaws of this creature.
Yeah.
Run!
Run.
I
I
believe
know
in
you
her.
can.
I believe in her.
We move
Run while
to...
you can, while you're in the jaws of the thing.
I
we move
believe
to
in you.
Sturmir.
That's
And then I
flanking,
shout
right?
out, damaging the runes is a real good move.
Okay,
It is flanking, right?
that is flank.
Okay. Well, I guess we're just gonna... I haven't used the Iron Claw yet. I'll actually use that.
Can you use it?
I can use it, but I can't use the double attack yet.
Let's see the Iron Claw in action. You all remember when you got this?
Yeah.
21
Nice.
does hit. 11 points of slashing across the creature. Alright, anything else?
Right. I don't think so. No.
Alright, Tobias.
I think I'll go there for flanking
Okay.
and make some attacks for theatrical purposes, which may or may not matter. I'm going to try to slash at its arms to get it to let go of Gwen.
I will let you know it is not using its arms to grapple Gwyn. Gwyn is in its mouth.
Oh, okay, then I'll just try to lop off its head. I think that'll help. Wait, what?
Can't hurt, might help.
What?
I don't think there
What
are
are you
ghosts.
talking about? Was it a gnat? Okay, anyways. Assault axe.
Hits.
And slashy goodness. For another 3.
3 hits.
Second attack.
17 hits.
Ooh, for 1.
For 1.
Cool.
Anything else, sir?
I don't think I have anything to do with my bonus action.
Okay.
Alright, that's it.
Gwyn. Going insane. Maybe you're seeing Loki.
Maybe I am seeing Loki. I don't know.
I'm sorry.
It's all your fault. How dare you?
It
Bring
is.
Loki into this.
I'm sorry.
He's breaking the fourth wall.
Oh my gosh. Horrible.
Just get
Absolutely
Mimir to
horrible.
get lucky for you.
Okay, I will.
You are grappled.
If he couldn't take reactions anymore, would he drop the grapple?
If you're thinking of the spell I'm thinking of and it hits, I would say he would drop you.
Okay, great. I'm gonna do that spell. I'm pretty sure we're both thinking of Shocking Grasp.
Yep.
All right, so that's a 1d20
Cunning
plus
throat.
8.
That
It's a
hits.
23 to hit. Okay. 2d. 8. No plus. 5 points of shocking damage.
5 points of shocking damage, and it drops you.
Awesome. Yeah, and it can't take reactions, so I'm fucking leaving by 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, because I have 40 feet of movement thanks to Longstrider. And that'll be the end of my turn. I just run away like, ow, God, that hurt.
As you end your turn, it's going to get to the Arboreal Sentinel, who's going to... It's going to look at you, Ashrid, as you strike out its runes, and it's going to look down at you, and you see the yellowish vapor begins bubbling up, and I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw as it spews a giant globule of acid at you.
There we have it.
We'll be taking 9 points of acid damage.
Alright.
And
I just scream, not my face! Not my beautiful face!
roll me a D100.
Oh, come on.
Oh gosh.
Come on. I was just adding oh no.
Listen, your face is fine. Just maybe...
Yeah, it is.
Maybe, maybe it's a good thing. Maybe you wanted a haircut.
It has a lot of texture now.
Because if
Are you saying that I have, like, a receding hairline?
No, well, if you had long hair, you now have,
do.
like,
Is it patchy?
No, it's singed off.
I look like I have mange now.
Let's see. Well, I'm gonna be nice to you, because this was a random D100. It has gone from long hair to, like, a really messy and singed-looking bob.
Okay.
And the creature is gonna stay where it is as we go to you. You can feel and smell burnt hair.
Oh, this makes me angry. Yes, angry. I am going to ask for a Wisdom 15 saving throw, please.
Oh, do you hear Loki chuckling? No.
No! No!
You hear Loki. He's not chuckling. You do see him from behind the creature up on this rock, and he honestly looks sad for you.
Oh my god, I think that's worse. I flip him off.
And you want a wisdom?
That's my free action. Yeah, I want a wisdom saving throw.
You get an 18.
Damn it. Okay. Well, I'm trying to remember. I think this is half damage if I... Yep, okay, so here comes a roll of 3d6. And you can have that.
Okay.
And what I do is I look at it, because it's dissonant whispers, I make a sound like a forest fire.
Ooh.
As well as I can. Just roaring at it, crackling.
That's awesome, and this creature is not looking good. Anything else?
I'm going to stay where I am, and I'm going to pull my cloak over my nose and mouth.
Okay, Sturmir.
Too late, but you know.
Would that be considered flanking?
No. Here would.
I mean, okay, yeah, that works. And I guess I still have the claw out. Yeah, I'll use that.
That hits. And you smash the creature's face into paste.
It's a really gooey paste.
With a sickening crunch. Well, it's less so paste because it was made of tree.
Sappy
yeah,
paste.
Yeah. The creatures have been felled, and you would notice that the alarm runes on the 2 trees immediately go dull.
Is everyone all right?
No, you kind of hear from the corner as Gwen's like holding where she was bit. No, not really.
Let's use Cure Wounds.
While Dermir is healing her, I'd like to ask Astrid. Wait a second. Does Tobias know that Loki's following Astrid?
I don't think anyone knows.
I think only Astrid knows.
But, Astrid is like feeling her hair, and she has just burst into angry tears. She's not making any noise, but she's just like so mad that she's burst into tears.
Okay, well, I think Tobias is gonna climb up to the top of this rock, which is just coincidentally where Loki is, and ritual cast Augury, because something's off. Like, either these people are not home, and we've been tricked to come here, or they are here, and they're just the worst hosts.
Well, they want us to walk.
Yeah, I would have, as I walked over, I'd have placed my hand on your bite, and yeah.
By casting, rolling,
Thank you.
Employing, the GM chooses from the possible omens: wheel for good results, woe for bad, wheel and woe for good and bad results. Nothing for results that aren't especially good or bad. There's a 25% chance for each casting after the first that you get a random reading. Okay. I will just tell you. I'll whisper it to you.
Loki dokie.
And as Gwyn and Sturmir approach Astrid, can both of you roll me a perception check?
What now?
Okay. Perception and my D4.
17.
Perception and D4.
You guys notice something interesting, something strange, something happening with Astrid that you've never noticed before. Astrid, as you're angry crying and you're scooping up snow to put on your burns, you can feel the presence of Loki. You do not see him, you do not hear him, it's just like a sixth sense. You can feel his presence. And you're still yourself. You still look like yourself. You look down at your arms, you look down at yourself as you're putting snow on yourself. You feel fine. But as you begin moving to feel the remnants of your hair, you can feel it and the others can notice it. Your hair begins to grow back to its previous length.
This is fine. She's got her hands in her hair up near the roots, and she's just going, this is fine. This is normal. This is all fine.
I would like put a comforting hand on your shoulder.
There's nothing wrong
right?
with this. It's fine. No, I'm fine. This is fine. Everything's good. I'm normal. Nothing weird is happening.
Astrid, were you blessed by a god too?
So,
all right.
I wouldn't call it blessed. I'm sure he will. And she sort of looks around. But I don't.
Roll me a perception.
Okay.
You say he will.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see him. You feel his presence, but I will give this to you. You feel the presence of Loki, but it's not as strong a presence as usually when he makes himself known to you, when he talks to you, or when he appears for a quick second. You have felt his presence before because he is connected to you. You have seen him before, you have heard him before. It doesn't feel like that. This feels like something that has come from yourself, a presence that is radiating from you.
Okay.
As you can feel your hair regrowing and as the others can see it happen. The others being Gwyn and Sturmir. Tobias is on his rock. And there just happens to be like a 9-foot tall mantis in front of them.
Can I roll a d100 to see if it grows back longer than it was before?
You know what? I'm gonna roll a d100.
Okay.
Do you want higher or lower for growing back longer?
Higher. No. Well, no.
It grows back the same length it was.
Okay.
However, your hair is usually white.
Uh-huh.
At the very bottoms of the strands of hair, like, you know, the very bottom of each bit of hair as it hangs down over your shoulders, whatever the length is, there's a small bit of green.
I mean, Pepper thinks that's really great.
It's very subtle. You have to really look to see it.
Mm.
It looks like
it's just reflected off snow.
It looks
somehow.
like reflected off snow, but only you would notice, Astrid, that the green strands of hair, they seem to be failing to grow longer.
Okay. All right. She sees that, and she actually takes her hair in her hand and is looking at the ends. And she just kind of smiles. And in her head, she says, "Huh. You don't get me without a fight."
You hear back, no words, but the very known chuckle of what can only be described as sinister.
Yeah, that's fine. She's just narrowing her eyes and looking at her hair.
Give me, before anyone says anything, before any, Gwyn, if you have anything to say before that, I would like another perception check with advantage from Astrid.
Okay. Scheming villain green is my favorite color.
Where's the Disney paint line, huh? Where's scheming villain green? Where's that paint line?
Do you want the Pantene number or the Pantone number? Which is it called?
I think you get advantage, so I think it.
Oh yeah.
Second roll.
Ooh,
It's a
second
20.
roll is much better. You hear the chuckle, the sinister chuckle back in your head, but it doesn't seem one of antagonistic, but rather one of terrifying pride at you prevailing.
Game respects game.
And then you're
And that
also-
same thought,
you're
Pepper.
At the doors. You're at the doors of the fortress. What happens? This is all happening in Astrid's head. She's noticing the hair growth. As I said, each of you, the two of you, Sturmir and Gwyn, you've noticed this oddity as well.
Gwen will just reach forward and take Astrid's hands that are holding her hair and just like clasp them with her own and just give her friend like a really hard stare, just that unspoken question of sisterhood of, are you okay?
And Astrid nods and says, yeah, I know, we gotta talk later.
All right. And Gwen will turn around and try the door handle.
The door opens, which I believe you can open.
Tobias jumps down from the rock and says, well, for ill or well, there is a reason why we're here. I got mixed results in my reading.
It's okay. The gods are still on our side, and I will take a step inside.
As you step inside, this is a large room with crude, irregular tapestries hanging from the walls. They are of light brownish color with burnt edges. You see the pavement is covered in snow and mud, likely carried inside by guards on a shift change. Two metal armors holding torches are placed on opposite sides of a door. On the opposite sides of two corners of a large double door. You see... Oh, my bad. The double door is what you entered through. I'm getting my descriptions wrong. The room has two other doors. There's a smaller one to the west and a larger and thicker one to the south, in which the two armors stand next to. And as you enter this room, I think that we will save any future family drama for our next session. How about that? How about that? Because I want the torture to wait. We need to draw it out. You know, we need to have it be. We need to have it be drawn and quartered.
And I mean, it's not really a pie session unless it ends on a cliffhanger. Right?
Exactly.
I really want Gudrun to come in next session, just like follow in behind us, like eating one of the mantis legs, just like, look what I found outside.
Just
toothpick.
Just you wait. Just you wait is all I'm gonna say, and that's the exact same thing I'm gonna say to our dear viewers. But next to that is also saying goodbye to YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
Bye.
Farewell, YouTube. See you next time on Journey to Ragnarok. As always, goodbye and stay sweet in the heat.